Hello, good morning. I hope you can hear me. My name is Jeet Singh. I'm the founder of Money Experience. We are a financial education simulator, education platform. I am an MIT alum and have started about 4 or 5 companies since the 90s, and now I'm working on education, specifically at tech. What are we doing? So what's interesting is that very few people are taught anything about personal finance, which seems ridiculous since it affects basically 100% of the population on the earth. It's generally not taught in school, it's generally not taught in college, and generally most parents don't talk about it much to their kids. Existing materials that exist are typically very technical. They're about financial products and often are sponsored by banks, which is not a bad thing, but they tend to be very technical and math oriented, which makes it difficult for consumption. On the other hand, we're seeing more and more products that we have to choose from, whether it's loans or insurance or a university, and so the complexity is increasing for consumers. Finally, the problem is that most teachers are not qualified or don't feel comfortable teaching the subject because they don't think they're technical experts. Our solution has been to create something that's easy to use, that's personal and engaging for young people. We're targeting right now, our products target high school, college, and then young professionals. The difference of how we approach it is really by allowing people to make their own decisions within the context of a life simulator. And that simulator essentially allows people to make decisions throughout their entire life cycle from graduating high school through retirement. There are 9 modules in the simulator, and the simulator looks a lot like a simulated chat. And it also includes a graphic novel with characters that age in each chapter so that young people can get a sense of what decisions they may be making when they're having children or their kids are going to college or when they're buying a home or when they're planning their retirement. One of the things that we do, of course, is a very deep financial database underlying it, which contains everything from living in different types of cities to salaries and different kinds of jobs.
Gee, you seem to be breaking up a little bit.
Can you hear me?
I can now. So maybe back up and start at the beginning of this slide.
Yes, sorry about that. In the back-end system that we have collect a lot of information of the decisions that the student does throughout their simulated life arc. So we collect a lot of information on their future intent in life in every topic from education to spending to where they want to live, what they want to spend money on, how many children they have, when they get married, where they live. And so you can think of the data outcomes not only as very interesting for the sponsors of this, but also for the teacher who uses aggregate information about what the student has chosen in their cohort, in their classroom, to say, this is what you've chosen, why did you do that? Let's see what the outcomes are like. We've been in the market for about 2 years. We have a very broad range of customers, from financial institutions to government, high schools, colleges, and nonprofits. But specifically, what we typically see is that our customers are high schools, colleges, and nonprofits, typically serving low-income populations. And the people who are paying for this are either financial institutions or government. For instance, the state of Massachusetts right now is buying Money Experience and giving it to all Massachusetts community colleges. Public high schools and other universities are often being sponsored by banks. What we are looking for now, since we are selling well into the educational space, we are building new products for the older age group, so a consumer offering. We are looking for sponsors who want to pay for the product into colleges and universities, and also large employers who are interested in providing this kind of learning to their own young employees, typically employees who are low income. And with that, I'll say thank you and happy to take questions.
Right. So maybe cover what the plan is for the next 12 months. What are you looking to expand? Which customer segments are more appealing?
For us, the largest customers that are coming in now are largely online financial institutions, so online banks that are particularly looking to educate young consumers as to the products that they might be selling or the loans that they might be doing. So financial institutions have been driving the most interest. JP Morgan, for instance, did a pilot with us in Boston with youth services, and now they're looking at how can we do that into low-income communities across the United States. So a lot of activity on the financial institutions, specifically addressing low-income populations. The other group, what's is very unusual is that although there are some states in the US that actually have a mandate for personal finance education, it's usually not funded. So schools have not done it because they don't have any money. That is starting to change, and we're seeing more states, a lot of RFPs are coming out now from state high school systems, college systems saying, oh, we had better teach our students about personal finance. So budgets are changing. I believe budgets are increasing not only because of COVID, but in the new administration. So we're seeing money being available for new programs. And since we are can be entirely online or can be in a classroom, we're a very flexible way of doing it. And it's $25 per student, so we're a very flexible price point.
Just a quick question here. Anything you can say about the impact of using these products on the business?
Yes, so we if you look at financial institutions, there are two different groups that are primarily interested. The marketing group, who may be sponsoring high schools in their catchment area, so they're doing PR, and they want to be seen as a good citizen, and they're spending a lot of money doing so. So South Shore Bank in Massachusetts is sponsoring 10 high schools and now wants to sponsor some of the state colleges. And that's coming out of marketing. On the other hand, there's something called the Community Reinvestment Act, where large banks, depository institutions, have to spend money in their local communities. And they can do so. One of the ways they can do so by law since the 70s is by actually financial literacy training. So it's very important for banks to have a good CRA rating. It's also very good, of course, it's very important marketing. So that's why the money is being spent.
Got it. Let's pause there.